Hello, my name is Gareth Mills and I'm a developer at CodeWizards. Today I'd like to go through the process of updating a hosted Nakama environment and the builder associated with it within Heroic Cloud. To start with, you'll need a GitHub, GitLab or Bitbucket repo for any custom modules. In my case, I've used GitHub. There are a few languages you can use for this custom module, TypeScript, Lua or Go. In my case, I've used Go and I'm using Ryder's Goland for my development environment. For this demonstration and tutorial, I've created a very small custom module. Essentially, all it does is add in a new RPC that tells us that the module has been instantiated correctly and it is on our Nakama runtime. Now we need to create the actual Go module components. To do that, we run a few commands. Go mod init test module, in my case, to create the actual module that we're going to use. We fill that with the various things, requirements that this specific version of Nakama that we're running needs. It has to be specific, otherwise when it builds it on the builder, it will fail. We then go mod tidy and go mod vendor so that the IDE we're using can understand it and our code isn't all red and errory. Once that's all done, we push the changes to our repo, leaving a comment so that we know that's the version we want to use when we get to the builder. Now we want to go into Heroic Cloud and set up a builder so that we can build a version that our Nakama runtime is going to use. We want to go into the builder, go to the edit page, select the source provider that we've used, in my case GitHub, fill in the required bits of information and connect it. From here we can select the repository that we're going to use and complete the setup linking our repo with this builder. Once it's successfully linked, we can then change the Nakama image that the builder is going to be based off of. In my case, it's 3.25.0. Once that's done, we can go to the trigger page and select the branch that we want our build to be based off of, as well as the commit. In my case, I've used demo and a for demo commit for it. Once you select the trigger button, it will then take a little bit of time and it will redirect you to the page showing the build info. It will take a bit of time to complete the build, but once it's done, it will say that it has been either failed or completed. For any failed, you can go to the logs section and it'll tell you a breakdown of what happened. Otherwise, it'll say it's completed. Once the build is done, we can go back to the main Heroic Cloud page. We can go into our Nakama runtime and go into the configuration tab. From here, we can select the image that we want to update, save the changes, and the operation will begin. If we go into the access page and give it a second, it will update and say that the instance is now in progress. And once that is complete, it'll tell us and our new Nakama version will be live. From here, all that's left to do is go to the developer console for our Nakama application and run the RPC that we built. To do that, we go to the API Explorer, select the RPC that we wrote, in my case, my custom RPC, send the default user, just because that's the one that's always there, run it, and we should get back the expected response.